Let's talk about it. Getting pre-approved and shopping for homes, okay? So, getting pre-approved, what does that look like? Okay? Getting pre-approved for a home is basically it's the same process everybody has to go through if you are not coming to the table as a cash buyer, okay? So, getting pre-approved is going to consist of you gathering your documents, getting everything together that your lender is going to request of you. If you're self-employed, going to want 2 years of taxes. If you are W-2, they're going to want the same, and they're going to want your possibly your W-2s, your pay stubs, and bank statements. So, and then when you're going through the pre-approval process, try to get everything in and then keep it organized. And then any future documents that will be requested, you should probably start keeping a folder somewhere with them because sometimes they ask for the same thing over again, over and over again. So, um, I don't know why, but I see it happen and I get it. You're getting ready to be lent or loaned a large sum of money for a house. Okay. So to get pre-approved, um, there's a lot of steps to it, but the quicker you get everything turned in, the faster you can start home shopping. Okay, so I do have people right now that are still working on getting taxes done. So if you haven't done your taxes and you want to start home shopping, you want to go ahead and get those, try to get those done now. Okay. Um, if you have multiple people going on the home with you, make sure guess what? Sometimes when you're starting a new job, the lender will be able to accept, in some cases, most cases, I've seen a job offer letter. Okay. So a job offer letter is going to show how much you're going to be making, how frequently you're going to be making it, how many hours you're going to be working, and all of that. So that is something that is also acceptable. So if you're changing jobs before you apply, that usually is acceptable. Okay. But you don't want to switch up and change jobs in the middle of the loan process. Okay. I highly recommend you do not change jobs while the process is pending. Okay. So if you're looking at my skin today, I got a facial. So that's why I'm looking kind of glossy today and no makeup, no nothing. So I'm just letting it kind of do its thing. Um, so yes. Any questions or anyone have any questions about the loan process, what it takes to get pre-approved, and how soon you can start shopping for homes? So there's a myth, and I don't know who started this, but people think that they can start shopping for homes. Hi, mother. Hi, I'm not. People think they can start shopping for homes, and it is the funniest thing. um, you can't start shopping for homes without that pre-approval letter. You really don't want to, um, you know, have your agent, spend time, waste time, and even your time as well, going around looking at houses or even being sent houses in your email that you don't know if you're qualified for it because it's all a guessing game. Okay, that's why that pre-approval is so important. So it's almost like going to the pool without a life jacket if you can't swim, okay, or something like that. I don't know. But I would definitely say try to get that pre-approval. And then if you have your own pre-approval and you just want to work with that specific agent, that's fine. Or your agent can direct you to, and I have a few preferred lenders, okay? And there's different types of loans. Hello, Triple Peak Landscaping. There's different types of loans. Um, that you could qualify for. Obviously, if you're a veteran, no money down. If you a lot of times depending on where you work or if you're a healthcare professional, it just depends on what programs are being offered at that time. And my lender does the absolute best to get you whatever program you qualify for. Okay. Now, a lot of times with the down payment assistance programs, your payments are going to be higher with the down payment assistance program. So if you have down your own down payment, great. If you don't have it, then you would work with the lender to try to see what your payment would look like. But a lot of times, guys, depending on what you're paying now for rent, you're living in a smaller space. You don't have the freedoms. You're running the risk of every year your lease is going to be, you don't know if they're going to extend your lease or give you a 30-day notice because they want to move their family member in the house, or you don't know if um, they're going to be taken over by a new management and they're going to just raise the prices to something crazy, or the new management just going to let the place go down the tubes and not put the effort into the property. So many reasons why homeownership gives you stability, and hello, and it gives you the freedom as well. And if you're a person that, I have people that want to get, buy 3, 4, 5 bedrooms because their goal is to hack out one of the rooms. Hi, Linda. Oh, say, Linda, is that Silvestri? Hello. So nice to meet you. Where are you watching from? Where are you watching from? I'm in Arizona. Yay! I'm in Arizona. Are you here in Arizona? Are you looking in Arizona? Are you watching this because you know somebody here? So I'm a realtor in Arizona, and Arizona was my dream state. I absolutely love the place. Um, I came here, shoot, I don't know, 2013 for a conference. My boss recommended me to come, and I fell in love with it. Okay, Staten Island. Okay, New York. Okay, gotcha. Okay, far as I've been, I lived in Ohio for a couple decades, so I know about the winters. But you guys get it quite a bit out there, so I know it's rough. How do you love the winters there? Or is that your last stop, New York? Um, New York. Yes, but anyway, thank you so much for coming on to the live. Hi, Alicia. Hey, how's it going? So yes, thank you guys so much. Yeah, it is so cold there. It's so cold. And the older you get, yeah, I feel like it gets even colder. So I don't know what that is. And your bones and your body just, it's hard. It's really hard. But my goal is to help as many people who want to be helped to get to their home ownership goal. Good. You doing great? Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm doing great as well. So I'm a realtor here in Arizona, and I help people relocate to Arizona. Thank you for subbing. Thank you. I'll sub back to you. Do you have a channel? Let me see. Do you have a channel? Okay, so I definitely try to support those. So if I see that you've subbed, guys, you have a channel, I will support you back. I will show the love. So anybody's watching, make sure if you check and see if everybody has a channel, because I know everybody's out here in these YouTube streets trying to get, all the love. Okay, so yes, but um Arizona is absolutely beautiful. Today it hit 98 degrees, so I was not happy about the temperature. Thank you so much. I was not happy about it being that hot, already here in April, but it's already hit like 103. I think last month it was up there. So thank you. Thank you. Yeah. So really you only need like tank tops, flip-flops. The people that the nail shops make a lot of money because you don't have to wear the boots and stuff. But although people do wear the boots with the shorts here year round too. So if you don't feel like getting your toes done, Arizona's one of those places you can throw some boots on with your Daisy Dukes and run out the door, and you look, you fit right in. So, but yeah, it's a very chill, laid back place. But I know New York's got all the good food out there, and we have food here. But if you live in the East Coast or the Midwest, you know that they really have it going on out there. But yeah, so anybody who is looking or knows someone who's looking to relocate to Arizona, and you want to see what is out there as far as where you can qualify for, you won't know until you do that pre-approval. That's the thing about it. We're guessing so much, and I have people saying, "Oh, send me homes," or they'll send me some homes that they want to go and look at. And guys, I can't show you a home unless you've been pre-approved. So I don't know if you've been approved for 200,000 or 400,000. So that's the thing. We don't want to waste time going into these people's homes because they want to sell their house. So when I, as a buyer's agent, go into take my client, my buyer, into the home, they should already be pre-approved for that home. So, and the thing is that the higher the price point is, a lot of times they won't even let the agent schedule the showing without them emailing over a copy of the pre-qualification form. So that's the thing about that. So you want to get pre-approved. It is really simple. If you're not all the way there, the lender can tell you what you can do to work on to get your credit up. It's definitely one of those things that it really is possible for everyone, depending on what you're paying. If you're already paying market rent or above market rent, you're likely able to qualify for a townhome, for a condo. You're likely going to qualify more than likely for a home. So, and then new build communities. If you're looking at the new builds, um, let's see, is there a city that, hi, Jonathan, nice to meet you, that offers the best bang for the buck? Honestly, I feel like the people who go out to like Maricopa, Santan Valley, I feel like the further east you go or south you go, you're going to get those low prices, because they're still building up out there. So just think about it. When you want to go downtown Phoenix where all the concerts, the games, the stadiums and all that, those people have to hike an hour, hour and a half up to the city. You know what I mean? And it's like a one highway if they take the 347, I think it's called, and it gets like hemmed up, congested, depending on what time of the day. If there's an accident, there's trucks going up and down on all the time. I mean, there's wild horses, believe it or not, running around there. So there's a lot of things that can happen out there to delay because I've known people to be late for events because they live so far out. So but that's the only thing. If you decide you want to go out there, you really have to commit to, and start to learn the area, learn the favorite barbecue place, learn your favorite church or your, whatever, because you don't want to drive 2 hours to church coming to Phoenix when you're in Maricopa. So that's the only thing. A lot of people that go out there, they work remotely, they're retired. You don't see them traveling, an hour or two every day up and down Phoenix. Phoenix is so spread out. You'd have to have a car to live here, I say. If you don't have a car, I would say you want to live downtown where they have the metro buses as well as the rail that goes up and down, or somewhere near and around downtown. Maybe you work at the airport, something like that. Maybe you work for one of the hospitals, so you can catch a bus or two. Or and we also have the Waymo, which is the driverless cars, and those are pretty good. But like I said, you're living in the city, you're dealing with the people, the congestion, the traffic, the cost. But like I said, if you're outside the city, that presents its own set of issues. But a lot of people love it. A lot of people are working remotely, but the only thing about it, you better make sure that job keeps you remote, because some of those jobs are calling people back into the office. So if you bought a house and you're way out in Santan Valley, or and then they say, "Oh, we want you back to downtown Phoenix," you probably got to find another job. So that's the only thing about that. So it's just, you have to look at your finances, your employment situation, so many things to consider there. So if you're retired, that's probably your best bet, okay? Um you love development new homes, despise HOAs, you found a lot of the new homes have them and you're not a fan. Yeah, that's the only thing about it. It's really a hard but there are a lot of new homes that don't have HOAs. So I will say don't think that all new homes, new developments have HOAs. Reach out to a real estate agent. Are you here in Arizona? Because I know some new builds that don't have HOA. So let me know. My contact information is in my bio, but you can text me at 480-251-3174 if you're in the area. Yeah, my email's also there as well. So I also be checking that. Um, any other questions? So yeah, so we can avoid the HOA. If you don't want the HOA, we can try to find you some with no HOA. But yeah, but don't let that stop you. Honestly, don't let that stop you. The best way I would say to tackle with the HOAs is to become a part of it. Join the HOA, like get on the board, go down there and talk to the people, get to know them, show your face. So, they know, hey, John lives down there at the house on whatever so and so. And if your bushes and weeds need to be trimmed, they're not going to send you a letter every other week, because they know you're going to get to it. You're down there at the board. You've already, shown your face. So usually it's the people that they don't know, because I notice the people that They know the people that show up, people that, do the community. And your HOA is going to have a lot of events. So try to show, not necessarily a lot, but they're going to host some events. Try to get down there and know who's who. And possibly, maybe you'll end up in a position down there. It just depends. It's only to your benefit to be a part of it. But thank you guys so much. Any other questions? Any other questions? Alicia, where are you watching from? Where are you located? Let's see. Football Princess. Yes, Football Princess 13 for sure. How are you? Nice to meet you, Football Princess. Thank you for hopping on. I appreciate you for showing love today. Thank you. Thank you for showing love. But you're good. Oh, I'm doing great. Thanks so much. But yeah, it's been a long week, and everyone, I'm gonna shut this one on down so I can get my dinner going. So I don't know what I'm gonna do for dinner. Um, I really don't know. I don't know what is for dinner yet, but I got a few things in there. So possibly I'm thinking some pot stickers, rice. Let's see. Oh, Thumbs Gaming. What city would I recommend? I mean, there's so many cities, honestly. It just depends on your price point. Give me your price point and I'll tell you what city. Put down your price point and then we can go from there. Give me a price point because yeah, that's a loaded question. That's a loaded question. Give me your price point. Kid friendly. Okay, give me your price point. What's your price point? What is your price point? Average house in Phoenix is was over hit over like 430, something like that. So give me your price point. That was like an average 3 bedroom. Um, so a lot of cities are kid friendly. So give me your price point. Are we talking 500,000, 600? What are we talking? So lots of kid friendly cities around. So if you're okay, we'll go here. If okay, 300s, mm, that's gonna be rough. That's gonna be rough. The average home right now in Phoenix is in Arizona is probably like 430s. 430. So you're talking probably something older, not anything new. Much older, probably gonna need some work. I'm not sure about the kid friendly part at the 300 price point, unless you're talking maybe. Are you looking like a 2 bedroom? Are you able to do a townhome? Because if that's the case, I would say Maricopa, you know, Pinal County, Pinal County. Um, yeah, nowhere in Phoenix though. Um, I can't think of anything. But thank you all for tuning in. I'm gonna try to come on here. You think Sunday's the best day for you guys? Yeah, that's what you're thinking. Okay, okay. What's your timeline at Thumbs Gaming? What's your timeline? Are you talking this year? Next year? What's your timeline? The thing is that so many people are like, "Oh, my lease is coming up in August. My lease isn't up until December." Guys, I have people break their lease all the time that I help buy homes. Don't let being locked in a lease keep you from getting into your home. There's so many. Okay, beginning of next year. Okay. All right. Send me a DM so we can get you on my email list. Okay. Send me a DM so we can get you on my email list. Um, yeah, send me a DM. My contact information is up there. Or you can yeah, February. Awesome. Okay. Yeah. We can get that first payment. I appreciate that, Thumbs Gaming. We can get that first payment pushed out month and a half, 2 months. We can get the seller to cover, if not all, but most of your closing costs. Guys, don't let a lease lock you in. So I've had people to where they just re-signed a lease, and guess what? We were able to get them into a home. So don't let a lease lock you in. Do not, do not, do not. That is the whole trap because let me tell you, if you put it off this year, next year it won't happen next year. And the more you put it off, the further it gets. It's just like me. Like I walked this morning, I'm exercising. If I say, oh, I'm gonna do it next year, I'm gonna do it next year, I'm gonna work on my health goals next year never comes. It's just one of those things. But I get it. It sounds like you're pretty definitive. You have a plan, and you know what you want. So that's great in that case. But yeah, a lot of times just have to be careful about procrastination. We really have to be careful about that. But y'all have a blessed rest of your day. And I'm gonna go ahead and shut this on down. Thanks for tuning in today.